Elon Musk, now a household name synonymous with groundbreaking innovation, had a childhood that was far from conventional. Born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa, Elon was the eldest of 3 siblings in a family that valued curiosity and determination. His father, Elon Musk, an engineer, and his mother, May Musk, a dietitian and model, fostered an environment that encouraged learning and exploration. Yet, Elon's formative years were marked by struggles that tested his resilience and ignited the spark of ambition within him. Elon's love for learning began early. By the time he was 10, he had read the entirety of his local library's collection of books, leaving no genre untouched. From fantasy novels to complex scientific texts, his insatiable curiosity led him to explore realms beyond his years. However, it was when he received his first computer, a Commodore VIC-20, that his destiny began to take shape. Elon's fascination with technology was immediate and intense. He spent countless hours teaching himself programming, delving into coding manuals, and experimenting with lines of code until they yielded results. At just 12 years old, he created a video game called Blaster, a rudimentary yet impressive space-themed game, which he sold to a computer magazine for $500. This early success not only demonstrated his technical prowess but also instilled in him a belief that his ideas could translate into tangible achievements. Despite his remarkable intellect and early achievements, Elon Musk's school years were far from smooth. He attended Waterkloof House Preparatory School and later Bryanston High School before moving to Pretoria Boys High School. These environments were often harsh, particularly for a young boy who was different from his peers. Elon was introverted and preferred books to sports or other conventional activities, which made him a target for bullying. The bullying Elon endured was severe. His classmates often mocked his deep curiosity and penchant for science fiction. On one occasion, he was pushed down a flight of stairs and beaten so severely that he had to be hospitalized. Though the physical wounds healed, the emotional scars stayed with him, shaping his resolve to rise above adversity. Instead of letting these experiences diminish him, Elon used them as fuel to prove his worth and channel his energy into his passions. One of the ways Elon coped with these difficulties was by diving deeper into his imagination. Science fiction stories like Isaac Asimov's Foundation series provided him with a vision of how technology and human ingenuity could shape the future. These tales didn't just entertain him, they gave him a sense of purpose and ambition to contribute meaningfully to humanity's progress. Elon's academic journey was a testament to his ability to focus on the bigger picture despite distractions and challenges. His teachers often recognized his potential but struggled to keep up with his unconventional methods of learning. For instance, Elon didn't merely memorize formulas or equations, he sought to understand the underlying principles. This mindset became evident during science classes. While his peers would settle for understanding the basics, Elon would ask intricate questions that stumped even the teachers. Why does this work the way it does, or, can we improve this process, were common queries that reflected his innate curiosity. His classmates often teased him for being overly inquisitive, but Elon was undeterred. At home, Elon found solace in his self-education. He spent hours dismantling electronics, not to break them but to understand how they worked. His bedroom became a workshop where he could experiment freely, often causing minor disasters in the process. Once, he attempted to build a homemade rocket, leading to a small explosion that alarmed his family. But these mishaps didn't deter him, they only fueled his hunger to learn more. Elon's entrepreneurial journey began during his teenage years. Recognizing that he needed resources to pursue his ideas, he started brainstorming ways to make money. One memorable venture involved a small arcade business. Together with his brother, Kimball, Elon tried to rent a space near their school to set up a gaming arcade. Though the plan ultimately fell through due to logistical issues, it showcased Elon's early understanding of business and his willingness to take risks. Another venture was more successful. He became a go-to repairman for computer-related issues in his neighborhood. Adults were often surprised to see a teenager fixing their machines with ease, but Elon took these opportunities seriously, viewing each problem as a puzzle to solve. By the time Elon reached his late teens, his ambitions had outgrown his environment. South Africa's socio-political landscape in the 1980s was marked by apartheid, and Elon knew he needed to leave to pursue greater opportunities. He decided to move to North America, a place he viewed as a land of boundless innovation. The journey wasn't straightforward. Elon first moved to Canada at the age of 17, leveraging his mother's Canadian citizenship. This decision was as much about escaping mandatory military service in South Africa as it was about chasing his dreams. In Canada, he enrolled at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, where he met people who would later play pivotal roles in his life, including his first wife, Justine. At Queen's, Elon's brilliance continued to shine. He quickly stood out for his work ethic, often outstudying his peers and impressing professors with his grasp of complex concepts. Yet, he didn't limit himself to academics. Recognizing the importance of interpersonal skills, Elon made a conscious effort to engage with people, though it didn't come naturally to him. Elon's time in Canada also marked a period of reflection. Away from the challenges of his childhood and early school life, he began to dream even bigger. His ultimate goal was to make humanity a multiplanetary species, an idea seated in his teenage love for science fiction. This grand vision gave him the clarity and motivation to push through challenges and setbacks. After 2 years at Queen's University, Elon transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States, where he pursued degrees in physics and economics. It was here that his love for technology and business began to merge. He realized that to make a significant impact, he needed to not only innovate but also understand how to scale those innovations. Elon's early experiences shaped his approach to problem solving. He adopted a first principles mindset, a way of breaking down problems to their fundamental truths and rebuilding solutions from the ground up. This method was a direct reflection of the challenges he faced in his childhood and school life, where conventional methods often failed him. Whether it was programming his first video game, enduring bullying, or overcoming the limitations of his environment, Elon's formative years instilled in him an unshakable belief in the power of perseverance and innovation. Elon Musk's formative years were a crucible in which his resilience and work ethic were forged. His experiences of being an outsider, whether in the classrooms of Pretoria or later as a newcomer in North America, imbued him with a unique perspective. Instead of dwelling on the isolation he sometimes felt, he found solace in his visions for the future, fueled by his relentless curiosity and desire to solve problems. One of the defining aspects of Elon's childhood was his love for reading. He often described books as his best friends during difficult times. Beyond science fiction, he devoured works on engineering, physics, and philosophy. One book that profoundly influenced him was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. The novel's humor, coupled with its deep philosophical undertones about the nature of life and existence, inspired Elon to think beyond the mundane and seek solutions to humanity's most significant challenges. Elon's inclination for problem-solving became evident during his teenage years. While other kids might have spent their time playing sports or socializing, Elon could often be found tinkering with gadgets or reading about advanced scientific concepts. His inquisitive nature sometimes frustrated those around him because he would dive so deeply into problems that he would lose track of time. His fascination with physics wasn't just theoretical. For Elon, physics was the ultimate tool for understanding how the world worked and, more importantly, how it could be improved. He would often take apart household electronics, much to the dismay of his parents, just to figure out how they functioned. Once, he attempted to fix a broken radio and ended up redesigning it entirely, adding features that hadn't been part of the original design. This practical approach to learning wasn't limited to technology. Elon often questioned societal norms and systems, wondering why things were done a certain way and whether they could be improved. It wasn't uncommon for his teachers to hear him propose alternative solutions to problems, even if it meant challenging established ideas. While Elon's early school years were marked by isolation, his move to North America was a turning point. At Queen's University and later at the University of Pennsylvania, he found peers who shared his passion for technology and innovation. For the first time, Elon felt a sense of belonging among people who dreamed as big as he did. During his time at the University of Pennsylvania, Elon worked on a variety of projects that showcased his entrepreneurial spirit. One notable venture was renting out a large house and turning it into a nightclub to earn extra income. This experience taught him the basics of running a business, from logistics to customer satisfaction, albeit in a less conventional setting. More importantly, these experiences solidified his belief in taking risks and stepping outside his comfort zone. While many of his peers were content with traditional career paths, Elon was already envisioning a future where he could create something revolutionary. As Elon's academic journey came to an end, he had a choice to make. He could have easily followed a safe and lucrative career path in physics or economics, but his entrepreneurial instincts drove him toward uncharted territory. His childhood struggles, coupled with his early successes and relentless determination, had prepared him to tackle the immense challenges that lay ahead. Elon's school years were far from perfect, but they were the crucible in which his character was formed. The bullying he endured, the isolation he felt, and the relentless curiosity he cultivated all contributed to shaping the man who would go on to redefine industries and inspire millions. After completing his studies at the University of Pennsylvania, Elon Musk faced a pivotal decision: continue his academic journey or dive into the entrepreneurial world. He had been accepted into a PhD program at Stanford University to study energy physics, but his stay there lasted only 2 days. The pull of the burgeoning internet revolution was too strong to ignore, and Elon decided to take a leap of faith. This decision was rooted in lessons learned during his childhood and school years. Elon had always believed in taking risks, fueled by the resilience he had developed in overcoming bullying and societal pressures. His move to leave Stanford symbolized his readiness to carve his own path, a bold choice that would define his career. Elon and his brother Kimball launched their first company, Zip2, a software firm that provided business directories and maps for newspapers. They lived modestly, working tirelessly from a small rented office where they even slept on the floor to save money. For Elon, these early days of entrepreneurship were reminiscent of his teenage years spent solving problems and learning independently. His school life had taught him to persevere through challenges, and that lesson was now proving invaluable. Despite Zip2's eventual success, it was sold to Compaq for $307 million. Elon's entrepreneurial journey was not without failures and setbacks. These challenges tested his resolve but also provided opportunities for growth. Elon's childhood experiences with adversity had equipped him with the mental fortitude to view failures as stepping stones rather than dead ends. For example, during his time at Zip2, Elon faced significant resistance from company executives and investors who doubted his vision and leadership abilities. Though frustrating, these experiences helped him develop a thicker skin and sharpen his skills in negotiation and strategic thinking. He learned to adapt, a trait that would become crucial in his later ventures with SpaceX, Tesla, and beyond. Reflecting on his school years, Elon often credited his love for science fiction as a key influence in shaping his vision for the future. Books like Foundation and The Lord of the Rings instilled in him a sense of responsibility to contribute to humanity's survival and progress. This responsibility manifested in his ambitions to explore space, revolutionize transportation, and tackle climate change. Elon's fascination with space can be traced back to those early days when he devoured books and dreamed of far-off galaxies. His imagination, paired with his scientific understanding, made him believe that colonizing Mars wasn't just a fantasy but a necessity for humanity's long-term survival. This belief was deeply personal, a continuation of the visionary mindset he had developed as a young boy curious about the world's possibilities. Looking back at Elon Musk's childhood and school life, it's clear that his journey wasn't defined by privilege or ease. Instead, it was shaped by challenges that tested his resolve and dreams that fueled his ambition. Whether it was enduring bullying, teaching himself programming, or questioning societal norms, Elon's early experiences laid the foundation for the visionary leader he would become. The story of Elon Musk's childhood serves as a powerful reminder that greatness often begins with small, seemingly insignificant moments. A boy sitting alone, engrossed in a science fiction novel, might one day inspire millions to look beyond the stars. A teenager writing video game code in his bedroom could grow into a pioneer who transforms industries. For Elon Musk, the trials and triumphs of his early years weren't just stepping stones, they were the blueprint for a life of innovation, resilience, and unrelenting ambition.